Your desk is back here, nearing the end of Championship Sunday. I am your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless Pac-Man and Study on the desk. Now, just before we head into this incredible losers bracket final, we have scheduled, let's take a look at one final US versus EU challenge. It's part 2 of the 5-second challenge, and it's Benson taking on Merck.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 5-second challenge, the game where you have to name 3 things in 5 seconds. Now, as you can see either side of me, I have 2 very nervous looking casters, I would say right now. Benson and Joe. It's going to be EU versus NA.
It's more EU. Like NA versus NA.
Kind of EU.
Ben, you live 10 minutes from me.
Yeah, but...
We're going to do this right now. It's kind of EU.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, you can hear it in his voice. He's mainly NA.
Okay, you've got 5 seconds to name 3 things. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 3 types of farm animals.
Pig, cow, rooster.
Decent. Okay.
Wow. Eyes on the eyes.
Quick.
3 things that you can lick.
Lollipop, ice cream, and a spoon. I was thinking of soup. Soup because you lick the spoon when you
I mean, it
counts.
Joe, 3 types of fish.
Angelfish, swordfish, shark.
Who goes to angelfish first? First of all, like what?
I don't know.
Why was that the top of your head? Angelfish, yes. Salmon, cod.
Benson, 3 types of dinosaurs.
T-Rex, pterodactyl, turtle.
It's gonna be a no for me.
Joe, name 3 things that float.
Float, a boat, a buoy, and a rubber tube.
Benson,
Yes.
name 3 things that are sticky.
Come on.
Time is good. Time is good. 3 types of dog.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
Dalmatian, golden doodle, golden retriever.
3 things that stick. And 3 types of dog.
You could have said a stick.
Wait, do one more. One more for double or nothing for the win.
No,
one more double or nothing. It's my birthday. You owe it me.
No, I don't owe you
double or
anything.
nothing. Double or nothing.
That's it on questions. Double or nothing?
Double or nothing.
Yeah.
Make it up, buddy.
Don't wait. You can't agree.
It's my
to this.
birthday. It's my
You
birthday
can't-
wish.
You can't
My
agree to
birthday
this.
wish.
I won.
Double or nothing. For the win. For the win.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
3 things that you can light.
A lighter, a fire, and a stove. Boom! Birthday win.
I let him win. Utah didn't even say that.
Come on.
Well, there you have it, folks. Europe reign supreme. That's it, Benson. You got the final say there. Yes. Clutching up for the EU region. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your CWL London.
You know, that seemed a little unfair. He definitely used his birthday to get that win, so I still have to say, Merck did better.
Yeah, today's not Benson's birthday, so he doesn't get the win in my book. Give it a Joe. NA, staying strong, baby.
All right, well, there you had it for some of our funner segments. Of course, always a wonderful time. But we need to move on and talk about EU in this losers final. I want to start with you, Nameless. What do you think this kind of potential to get to a grand final means for EUnited and Clayster specifically?
It would mean the world to these guys, right? Like, they have to beat Optic Gaming and then 100 Thieves to get a championship here. And it's, you know, it's Mount Everest to climb, but at the apex of that mountain is a COD World League trophy. After not winning for 1,323 days for Clayster, that's a very long time, right? Like, this guy still remains in one of the top teams, and he's playing lights out here on Sunday. And, you know, they have potential to do it. And you don't get into a spot in a tournament like this very often. So you got to think it's his time to capitalize on it. It starts with this match right now. They haven't lost a map today. Excited to see if they can bring that momentum here versus Optic Gaming, a defeated Optic Gaming.
Yeah, Optic Gaming is deflated. I'm expecting EUnited to come in here and just be, if they keep the same energy that they had for the first 2 series, not losing a single map, and also just Pristini stepping up today for his team, being that X factor, just trading with the Beezy. You know, a Beezy, watching him with the SOG is just unbelievable. When he got that kill on Seaside and immediately just goes to spawn trap, just the knowledge out of these players, and it's clicking so well on the side of EUnited.
Yeah, and especially for Clayster, you know, kind of a tumultuous season so far, and to have him get here, I mean, that's got to be the world. You saw him standing up, cheering, yelling, of course, during their previous win.
He always has seasons like that.
He does. He has his ups and downs, but I mean, they were in the finals in the first tournament, and now they're at a spot where they can get back. If EUnited were to actually win this tournament, this might be like the most impressive tournament I've seen since maybe last year when Rise made that from like
that's number 1.
From like top 24. But they're gonna have to beat Optic Gaming, who has a tournament win. We don't know how good they are, and then they're gonna have to beat 100 Thieves twice. They have a long road to go, but if they do it, this is gonna be super impressive.
Well, I think we did see a Series 2 win, of course, in that Game Fuel Open bracket, so it's already happened once. Who knows if it can happen again? But Pac, that is a great point. One of these teams will have to go beat 100 Thieves, who's on fire twice in a row, Study, and that's going to certainly be a mountain to climb.
100%. But all you got to do right now is just focus on the game in front of you. You worry about whoever it is, if you win or lose after. Just focus on whatever is in front of you.
Right.
Make sure everything is going in your favor, like your favorite maps, whatever your favorite game mode is.
Vetoes.
Just the vetoes. Just make sure you guys are trying to control them as much, because I felt like Optic Gaming lost that. We saw 3 Arsenals that last series, but we probably won't see it here because it's probably EUnited, so it's going to be up in the air.
Now, Pac, something I wanted to ask you. Going on to Optic, they vetoed Gridlock in the series against 100T, and that didn't really work out for them. And, of course, the vetoes are going down right now. We're going to see how they play out. But do you think they're going to switch things up when they go in against EU?
I don't think that they will. They have to have confidence in themselves and their teams and their own picks. Like even though they lost that Hacienda, I don't see them switching it unless United bans it themselves. And that was probably team-specific because 100 Thieves and Optic have a meta game in between themselves that I don't think that Optic and EU have. They probably have their own, but not on that level. So if Optic goes in with the confidence, they should be able to take one of the maps. They just went up against an extremely strong hardpoint team. And even though EUnited is playing well in hardpoint right now, they're not at that level of hardpoint that 100 Thieves reaches on a normal basis.
Now take a look at Karma's stats up on your screen there. Of course, looking very strong in S&D, but across the board, I mean, he's a 3-time for a reason, and he's certainly proven it here. Even though they've dropped down, he's been doing very, very well, Nameless.
Yeah, I mean, Karma's been playing great in this tournament. They all have, right? To be in a position like this, you have to be playing pretty good. Obviously, there were some mistakes that he made in that last series that cost him, but he's a 3-time world champion. I'm sure he can fix those mistakes going into this next series.
But I think that, too, kind of the concept that, yes, there maybe have been some mistakes. Karma can't be perfect, but he has the composure. If anyone on that team, I mean, Scump, Crim, Karma, all of them have that composure to be able to kind of calm the rest of them down, say, you know, TJ, Dashy, take a breather. We've got this, you know, that must be amazing for them to kind of have that leadership, you think, going into
TJ's the Iceman. I don't know. He's super composed.
Dashy's Bruce.
Oh, yeah, well, Dashy is Bruce. To me, it's just keeping the mental errors on either one of these teams. They have to keep the mental errors to mistake. Everyone was shooting so straight. I don't think I've ever seen a series like the last one we've seen in terms of shots, maybe until back in AW, but like nobody was missing. So it just comes down to those team pushes and not making mental errors, and that's who's going to win this series.
Well, we will have to see, but we are ready to get into things. Optic Gaming versus EUnited, and we're going to throw it to our casters, Ben and Chance.
Thank you so much, Katie. This losers bracket final is a matchup that we have a little bit of history with.
Yes,
We've
a little
tested
bit.
some pretty interesting games throughout the year, but this was definitely one that stuck out in our minds. And a certain map, Seaside Hardpoint, comes to mind, and, well, good news for the neutrals, it's going to be in the series.
Yeah, it's only going to be map 4, though, so we have a long way to go before we get to the fire. But like the two teams they played it, Optics won both of them, but it was 250-245 and then 250-246.
Right.
It's a very close series when it comes to hardpoint, but the map count, they've played each other in 3 series throughout the year. Optic is 9-1 in map count. They have obliterated EUnited all year long, but at the same time, on the day, EUnited 6-0. And it's not like they have been close maps. They have been steamrolling the competition. They have all the momentum.
Obviously, I know you weren't at Birmingham, Chance, but how have you enjoyed your first experience at a UK event?
Hey, it's been amazing so far, Ben.
Yeah? The crowd
Yes, it has. The crowd has
expectations?
been as good as you could possibly ask for.
Okay, fair enough. Is there any chance that you would have liked to have heard that maybe you haven't and London can hook you up with?
Well, the only one I haven't heard is honestly the 7 Nation Army chant.
7 Nation Army, how does that go? Oh, look at that, Chance. Ask and you shall receive. That's London for you. Never disappointing. Shout out to the crowd here. You've been fantastic all throughout the weekend, but it's time to get to business. The losers final. Optic, EUnited, and we're kicking things off with Crim6. Pushing out, should be able to find Abizi, but no, Abizi shuts him down, and that's the one thing I will say about EUnited. That sub-duo has been lethal.
This is the battle, though. Scump is able to find 2, and TJ has been godlike throughout this tournament. But the flip side, the battle is there for EUnited. The tiny tears are going to try to take it to him, but so far for Optic Gaming, so good. Scump with a very hot start. Crim not too far behind him. And obviously, we just saw Optic play this map against 100 Thieves. Crim got streaked out early. Needs to have that kind of performance again.
Definitely does, and I'm looking at Parsini as well from EUnited. He's had some hot, some cold performances. You cannot perform cold against Optic Gaming. They will punish you. So far, first hill, big advantage Optic Gaming, 40 to just 5. And as you can see, it's Crim trying to lock down the spawns. A big fight against Simp. Simp peeks, and great bait from him. Arsteves was there to assist. Now it's going to come down to Simp versus Karma at the back. Simp wins it. But whilst those fights were going on, it is Optic Gaming in the hill.
Well, EUnited fight for the back spawns, but 20 seconds go by before they can contest. Pristini, the first one in. Crim 6, though, chops 2, make it 3 players down before he's dropped. So the back spawns are great and all, but you gotta get inside the hard point. Optic, they are surrounding it, but finally able to break through as EUnited, getting a couple points on board.
20 seconds left. A quick glance at the minimap. Optic Gaming, they just go for the exit kills. They don't necessarily want to push it. And on the rotation, Prestini and Arsteves, the twins, going to try and find at least a couple of kills, but it's going to be a trade. Crim shuts down the rotation. Optic Gaming with the advantage.
Now you got Karma working on a flank as well. A couple players to shoot in the back there as well, but he's going to jump the back himself. No. But he is there and ready.
Damon's on fire.
Shutting down Pristini. Now he's looking for Arsteves, and he's just next to the plate. And now you got Optic, pushed everything out. Stump's got the other side. Karma's got the front. You gotta get past the GOAT. You gotta get past the GOAT, but he's working on streaks.
There's a reason this man has 3 World Championships under his belt. This weekend, he has played lights out. One of the best I've seen him this year. Optic Gaming with the advantage. 92 to 32. Finally, EUnited able to contest, but there's only 24 seconds left, and Optic Gaming, they're not done yet. Karma will find Simp. That's 2 for him. Speaking of stats, 10 and 4 is Karma so far. 11 and 5 is Crim. Everybody else about even over on the EUnited side. It's really only Arsteves positive. Everyone else about double neg.
Well, they got the fight for new. TJ's got a buddy with him, but EUnited in the next hill first. Placer trying to heat up a little bit and get his team hyped. And well, he's pushed out one side of gun. His teammates are in the back, and well, someone's got to get inside the hill. Placer finally taking that shrimp, and Sim going on the flank. All their bases covered for the moment. See, Optic was attempting to set up a pinch, but getting shut down. They're able to sniff out Karma as well, and finally, a little bit of light for EUnited, stringing some points together, and well, Optic got a hit from barrel side.
This play is about trying to stop that momentum, stop the bleeding if you can, and Abizi inside the hill has one more to try and take care of. It's Karma, he goes down. EUnited still looking to get at least a clean sweep, but Crim with 2, he's going to challenge. Simp's there, though, for a double of his own. EUnited looking to try and pick the final 25 seconds, but again, Optic Gaming, they don't want to concede. They want to push through, and Simp again with 2. That's going to put him 320 away from some streaks.
That's the solid duel right there for EUnited, heating up on this hill just a little bit. A couple 2 pieces for each one of them, and well, Simp tops it off with the second. Keep in mind, 320 off the streaks. He's going to be looking for it. Needs a little bit of help from his teammates because Optic, well, players are in the back looking for the kills. And, well, Optic does have that early rotation. The question is, how quickly can EUnited break, and can they get streaks on the way?
So again, trying to fight for the back spawns. Has a teammate to bait out, potentially trying to earn those streaks. The problem is that's going to be Dashi. Dashi goes down. Good little spree here for Simp. Again, those streaks will be massive for EUnited. They've done well to chip away at the Optic Gaming lead, 124 to 76 as it stands. And there's the fight. Simp needs to try and win, but again, teammates are there. EUnited starting to come back into this one. A little bit of momentum. TJ should fall. It's Simp who's done wonderful to stay alive. One more kill, and you get the lightning.
It's the moment he needs to get him. He challenges Dashi and gets chopped down. And that's a big kill for Optic to get inside the hard point, but Pristini able to pick up 2 big kills. So we're gonna have ourselves working towards a tie game. Those final 10 seconds, though, Optic secures, did a phenomenal job after the first hit of rotation.
Keep your eye on Simp. Look at this. Being so sneaky, playing for those exit kills. Should be able to maybe find 2. There's the first. TJ shuts him down. Trying to get over towards P1 when you picked up the scrap of the final hill can sometimes be so tough. But Dashi's winning gunfights like that, so maybe Optic won't have too many problems ahead of them. Early time, of course, going for EUnited. Play on your screens, finds 1. Unfortunately, going to reload there, and he will fall. It's Karma that shuts him down. Former teammate in the complexity era. Is now Grab Slam as well, available for Abizi. Did you invest this here, or would you save it?
Save it unless you need it on this first hill. Only 30 seconds left, and well, the clean 4 down makes it an easy decision, but might want it for second, because United last time around, they eventually got the back spawns, but it took them about 20 seconds to make it happen. Well, it looks like they're gonna pop the vision pulse to try to get these kills. RC is using it, that's gonna be depleting, but none of these kills are coming in. Optic, they're just stationary, they're just biding time. If no one's gonna fall, this is perfect for them. The vision pulse is gone, and yeah, it doesn't matter if United knows where you are, you're holding the good spawn.
Well, the problem is, the gunfight's now being won by EUnited. TJ's going to invest the War Machine, and he's put himself in a great position to be a thorn in EUnited's side. 2 more kills for EUnited. We have had a lead change. EUnited take control. RC's also with a lightning strike. Bear that in mind. He's still on his streak. Simp with a double with the War Machine. And EUnited really starting to get some momentum here in this losers bracket final.
This is the shift. This is the momentum swing again. EUnited has been on fire today. 6-0 in map count. They're trying to make it number 7. The Hellstorm might honestly come in. You got everything locked down.
And if you're RC's now, you can just play for time. You don't even need to peek. Secure yourself the second streak just like that. Hellstorm earned, and EUnited are just making that kill feed completely blue. Finally, Dashi able to get a couple kills.
And now Optic are spawning out. They gave up the back spawns. EUnited left it open to spawn him there, and you got Placer with cutoff kills. You got a BZ 220 off his streaks. Everything EUnited is doing efficiently, getting kills like that. The rotation made easy, because again, you still have the Lightning, you still have the Hellstorm, even if Optic gets there first.
Now it's just about composure. It's about closing out the map. If you're EUnited, you've got yourself a nice lead. You have so much utility to use. A Grav Slam, a Tempest, 2 streaks, first of which is going to be invested here. RCs will find 1. Crim surely goes down as well. Good use. EUnited break in. They're about to break through the 200-point mark.
And Scuff's just being annoying, because TJ was able to keep the back spawn, so you have a pinch coming in. RCDs feels the pressure, so he's gonna call in the lightning strike, burn both of those score streaks to help you out. Scuff had to jump off the map to avoid, but fate has fallen. He still dies, and now you got Optic just so far away from this hill.
And you can afford that investment, because the BZ still has a lightning as well. So for EUnited, they are in such a good position to close this one out. Still, again, with so much utility available, can Optic start the comeback? They controlled the map off the rip, but since then, they've been very, very slow. 20 more points will do for EUnited to get, what, their 2nd map all year against Optic Gaming?
And if you think back, Optic had a 120-90 lead after that first set of rotations. EUnited has been storming through since then. Optic Gaming, they're at the hill first, but they're gonna have to play well. They're gonna have to deal with the lightning strike from a BZ, and they're falling on the way. 11 seconds is all EUnited needs. TJ doesn't want him to get it, but the pinch is in.
And that's such a big play from TJ, because it delays the push. He's able to find 2. Now it's basically an even fight on the hill. Optic Gaming with Karma and a Grab Slam to use. There's 2. Can he find the 3rd? Of course he can. Optic Gaming stay alive. But there is plenty of time for EUnited to win this game.
That is the first push staved off from Optic. They're gonna have to do it 2, maybe 3 more times. Stump is gonna be here first, but that's the entire force of EUnited coming towards him. TJ needs to play his life, needs to be careful, has a little bit of support, but he's gonna fall. EUnited, all the pressure towards this next hill. But someone needs to stay in the back for Optic. Dashy's gonna be here, but EUnited, they have just swarmed this next hard point.
Yeah, and they recognize we can just play the hill. And I'm curious when Persini's gonna call in his Tempest. You may as well use it now. You know they're going to be pushing through. The hill's contested. He doesn't want to go for it just yet. Optic Gaming survived, but in flies Simp. There's 2, almost 3. The trade should surely come through. A team kill as well, but for EUnited, it's down to 5 more points. Finally, the Tempest comes through, but that's shut down by Dashi. I don't know how he got a double, but in flies the War Machine from Simp. That's 2, that's 3. Clay shuts down Crim, and EUnited will take map number 1 of this losers bracket final.
What a wild game, number 1, Ben. 120-90 lead after the first set of rotations, in the game flipped on its head. Arcitys fully streaked out. Abizi picking up lightning strikes. You got Simp picking up 3 pieces with the War Machine. Rotation after rotation. EUnited was flawless on that back half.
It took a while, but EUnited finally woke up, and so did the EUnited fans as well. We know Clayster's fan support is a big one. We know he plays better in those electric environments, and that's what you're being given here. This is almost similar to the split of Reciprocity versus Optic Gaming earlier on in the weekend in terms of how London is currently split.
And if you get any type of energetic crowd, it just adds to that momentum. And again, EUnited, perfect on the day so far. They haven't slowed down a single bit, and honestly, it's all of them. Stepping up at different times, because we talked about the tiny tears. Well, that's Arcees that had to pick things up initially in these crazy plays at the end. Dashy, I do not know how he picked up 2 of the kills that he did. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy, but again, the trades just come through for EUnited. Tempest really wasn't of much use for Stini, just a fraction of a second off, but it was that double there which had you maybe thinking it was possible, but then Simp responds with anything you can do, I can do better. Plus I have a War Machine, and that makes life a little bit easier.
And you could see just how close that trophy system was to getting inside before that double kill. So Optic almost had the timing perfect, but even if they got it, you saw Glacier shot the trophy system as soon as it's down. So all the details coming in full effect for EUnited, and now it's a question of that search and destroy. Can they continue?
How long has it been, do you know, since Clay won?
It's beyond 1,200 days. It's in that ballpark, which I don't know, that's like 3.5 years.
It's been a very long time. Maybe this is his time. We'll wait and see. It's only a 1-0 lead for now, and Optic Gaming in their search and destroy this weekend, I think, have been a pretty good chance.
Yeah, of course, we're going to payload for map 2, which if I was doing pick and bans against Optic, I would take out that map first, but EUnited maybe has something cooked up for him, because obviously we did just watch Optic Gaming play that against 100 Thieves. EUnited is obviously going to be paying attention to it, but at the same time, you're just watching a team steamroll the opposition, and, well, I would be a little bit nervous for them. I expect Optic to come back with the fierceness.
EUnited, they were actually in the players' lounge watching, and they were kind of talking a little bit about that map when I went back there. But to your point, I'm getting rid of that map. I don't want to play Optic Gaming on that, but maybe they do have a game plan. But again, I'm kind of agreeing with you a little bit here. I think more than likely the outcome is 1-1. If it isn't, if EUnited do take the search and destroy, scary for the green wall.
That would just be ridiculous. I mean, it's way too early for predictions. If there's any 2 teams, honestly, well, any 3 teams that could pull off reverse sweeps, clutch up when it matters most, it's the 3 teams we have left in this tournament. They have been all ridiculous at times. They have looked incredible at times. And I think at least for 2 of them, only dropped, what, a series in the entire tournament into each other, and EUnited trying to be that 3rd team up.
But that's a big confidence boost for EUnited, that map 1 win, as you brought up. 9-1, the map count between series so far this season between EUnited and Optic Gaming. Just the 2nd map win for EUnited. Can they go one step further? Take that payload, search and destroy. Here's a quick glance at your S&D leaderboard. Going into day 2, Simp had a massive advantage, and just look how close 1 and 2 are there.
I was going to say, that's ridiculous, because Simp after day 1 was sitting at like a 2.4 or something like that. So granted, 1.7 is still insane, but a slight decline, and that means Dashy has been picking it up, and TJ not too far behind.
I was going to say, that's the key for me. There's been calls for TJ to step up his search and destroy play. Well, he's done just that.
I mean, this is a conversation we had, right? We're like, don't care if TJ's dropping a 0.9 in respawn, which, by the way, this tournament, he isn't. Stepping up there as well, but they are here for the search and destroy. TJ has completely turned up so far, but of course, at this point in the tournament, this late on Sunday, you cannot afford to slow down in the slightest.
Gotta be all guns blazing. Lose, you go home. Map 2 loading in. That payload, search and destroy. EUnited with the advantage in this loser's bracket final. A very dominant performance in the second half, the latter part of that Arsenal hardpoint. Can they give themselves the bigger advantage? 2-0 up. Then, of course, you're looking at a reverse sweep from Optic Gaming. No easy task against EUnited, but we'll see how map 2 plays off. We know Optic Gaming in this map, very, very good. Can they manage to level it up? 1-1.
Well, EUnited, they had something cooked up. They had a counter strat they were working on. They were 5-man aggressive towards A, but of course, well, nobody's home at the other site. Scum says, thank you very much. You get the bomb down for free. You get control of some power positions. You have what you want. You funnel them in through the mid-tunnel. That's what Karma's looking out for. You come in the back doors. Optic's got that covered too.
And the good thing for Optic here is you planted for top plat either one. The gunfights come through. It's a direct trade. So 4 versus 4. Dashi is going to be tagged up. Armor wins his 1v1. Dashy's feeling confident. Challenges the 1v2. Trades out his life. 3v2. 3v1. Advantage Optic Gaming. Rastini should know, realistically here, his chances of clutching this are pretty low.
Takes a tumble off the map, and that is mind games coming into full effect. Again, that hard counter that EUnited attempted, sending 5 over towards the A site. And well, you play that 50-50, you guess wrong, nobody's home, and Optic Gaming, they got the setup that they wanted. Dashy picking up a couple huge kills up top just to trade out his own life, and even when he falls, well, Crim6 knows he's not getting flanked because Karma had that covered.
Yep. Good round from Dashi, forcing that 1v1. Was a 1v2, of course, but he went straight for the challenge. Traded out his life. Best really he could do in that situation is now Optic Gaming over to a defensive round. What has EUnited got cooked up on attack? Well, Dashi really not going to have much going on. I'm worried about how EUnited is going to try and attack in towards A. And, well, there's a couple of picks. Good opening start. And, well, Dashi could be left in a spot of bother here. He does have a nade, but that's just fantastic timing. Surely traded out. Arsees finds one. Scump goes instantly for the challenge. It's the battle of the redheads, and Scump surely is going to get the better, not just of Arsees, but Simp as well.
Nice little gift for the Ginger Ninja coming up top. Has one player one shot, the other just says, hey, kill me too, and thank you very much. And one thing worth pointing out, the presence of the sniper from Dashi. We see him snipe outskirts over there the entire time. A lot of teams don't want to deal with it, but what that means for Optic, you can just run down that plat.
Straight down.
And that's what happens. You got TJ just flying out, no fear, pick up that first blood, back up and get clearance, and then eventually it just makes it easier. You have less to be concerned about when outskirts is covered, but of course now, back on the attack for Optic.
Well, very similar to map 1, it's Optic Gaming with the advantage early on. First blood again. Comes in for the green wall, Scump on Prestini, and having flashbacks here, chance there. Optic Gaming on this map again, just steamrolling through.
It's almost like the perfect strat call every time. We got two players up front. Karma cannot find either. Just a little bit too slow on the snap, and of course now that means you gotta, well, try to true 4v4. Optic though able to get the bomb down. EUnited, their entire team, it looks like they're wrapping back to help Placer. Actually, one is gonna linger through mid tunnels.
Here's the thing you have to worry about. Scump closest streak is 250 away. He knows there's gonna be a player inside mid connector. He's relying heavily on his teammates trying to keep him alive, but Clay finds an opening. Entry frag to the retake, he goes down. Krim shuts down one. Scump now in a challenge, he does fall, but it makes it a 2v1. Simp makes it a 1v1. Simp versus TJ, the two players on top of the search leaderboard.
S&D Star versus S&D Star. Simp's looking for him. TJ's looking for him. Simp with the gunfight. And Simp with the defuse. He got there in time. Fist bumps because they know.
I hope he tried.
That is the dream situation 1v1. And that is Simp with the aggression to go and hunt TJ down.
And that's the one thing I want to really praise Simp for, because coming in there was questions, how composed is he really going to be? I mean, there's your answer. He's been fantastic here in London.
That is a beautiful retake, honestly, for EUnited to get, because it looked like Optic had all their bases covered. You know, you got Scump getting a couple kills, Crimson's looking over him, but it turns into that 1v1, and Simp again, 0 time wasted. Honestly, making it not look stress-free, but making it look easy.
I was going to say, definitely a stressful round if you're an EUnited fan, but they stop the bleeding. They win their first round here in the search and destroy. Can they use that to propel another round potentially? Simp now himself relatively close to some streaks, and he's going to pull out the sniper rifle. So maybe he can try and find an entry over towards B. His teammates, though, have gone over towards that A site once again. Need to work with too. Oh, 10 health.
10 health is all you need. Karma, though, is able to pick up one, but he was dealing with, well, all 4 of them, so he does get traded. Crim6 knows he can't overcommit to anything, and that bomb is going to get planted. Simp's got the flank covered. 2 Optic members make it 1. Try to come through, and the next player knows he's got to play it safe. Back down just a little bit. Well, Optic hoping for some picks, but Simp is there. Now you just got to bait for it. The bait is there. Simp is streaked out, and EUnited back-to-back. You get the streaks, and Simp wants to reclaim his spot on top of the S&D leaderboard throne.
And if you're flicking like that with the sniper rifle, I mean, look at this first shot. You think that's a good one? There was the following snipe as well, which was just as impressive. Crim6 tries to push in, and Simp says, all right, ready and waiting. Bang, quick reaction time, pulls out the pistol. Teammate ready to bait because they know Scump was last seen. Back spawn, gets the kill, gets the lightning. A wonderful round from Simp.
Best case scenario, of course, the streaks are easier to play around on payload than some of the others, so it's definitely not a dagger right now for Optic Gaming. Obviously a very competitive game, but you are worried about that Hellstorm coming in as well.
Also a little worried about Prestini, 0-4, another slow start for him.
I mean, honestly, I don't want Prestini to kill anybody because I want to see Simp get the War Machine, right? Like, you need more streaks to him, but Prestini is able to get on the board, so he does get off that donut cam, and the first blood is helpful as well. You got players pushing up outskirts and RCs. I don't think he got the timing. I think that player got through.
There's Dashi. He does find Arcides, and now you know the player behind you, Abizi, will clean him up. 4 versus 3. You have a ping to work with if you want. Simp is still 75 away from the streaks. He's going to be tagged up by Optic Gaming. He wants to try and go for the challenge, but the nade is enough from TJ to shut him down. 2v2. Abizi, though, trying to be the playmaker. Karma shuts him down. Play now for the 1v2. Should know where both players are, but TJ challenges. TJ gets the kill. No more streaks for Simp.
Cluster nades in search and frag nades in search have been a tool that is used incredibly well by some, and TJ with a great example there. You have these corner gunfights that you just shoulder peek for days, but you hit him with the nade, and if the nade doesn't kill him, you force him out into the gunfire, and the trades come in at the end. TJ wants to make his way to the top of that S&D leaderboard as well.
He's not giving up that #1 spot just yet. That's for sure. Good round from TJ. Optic Gaming back with an advantage. A small one though, because of course you can see Simp's progression towards that War Machine path. Abizi almost halfway through towards Grafson as well. Will we see both of those potentially pick up? We'll wait and see, but that lightning strike again from Simp is huge.
Of course, yeah, the lightning strike could just force players out of position. That's the information from Arcides. I don't know if they're going to want to call it in, but with how aggressive Abizi is dealing with the sniper, no streak has been called in yet. EUnited, though, knows that Optic has pressure towards the back, and they do have 4 players outside right now. Frag grenade, well, nobody's home on the bomb site, but at least it gives them the information.
Someone is up top, though, and that's Abizi versus TJ. Thomas wrapped outskirts, and he will find one. First blood, Optic Gaming. What more will follow? As she's still looking for that pick. Spots Abizi, and Simp's actually going to go ahead and call the lightning strike. They have full control of the bomb site. This could do serious damage. Simp with 1. It's now a 2v2 as Karma actually picks up a double. A big investment from EUnited. Now you have to win this 2v1. Simp and Abizi, the young duo, versus TJ, your S&D superstars. What can TJ try and produce? Well, with 18 seconds left, he should now know. Likely this isn't going to be an A play. He wants to just be certain. Doesn't want to be caught out rotating. Bomb down at B. This is a very, very difficult clutch.
And he knows he's dealing with 2 Sogs, so he wants to take the longer gunfight, so he goes for full wrap, but they can just play the power position. They're going to force him to get close. He can't just hop on bomb, but he might try to force him out, but the shoulder peeks up. He's got to get aggressive on him if they don't make a mistake. These are 2 players that are, and what do you do in this situation? You're going to have to flood at him and hope to get a 2-piece. Well, here it is, but the trade doesn't even need to come in. The Sog played it perfectly.
And it's a good read as well from EUnited because it was a jiggle peek from Abizi. He's not on bomb. Obviously, he shoots again, still not on bomb. Well, he has to be pushing as they double challenge. They're not allowing him to clutch up. And again, that's an important round win because you do invest the lightning. It was a good use. Obviously, you don't expect Karma to pop a miraculous double kill, but either way, EUnited, big investment, win the round.
Yeah, with the lightning, I was thinking, if anything, you should have called it in sooner. Like, as soon as you get the information. But either way, all's well that ends well, and you saw the setup from the Sogs at the end, impenetrable. There is no answer of what you can do. You hope the opponent makes a mistake, but Simp right now, no mistakes made. He genuinely will get this War Machine should we see a round 9, 10, 11 if it goes deep. But either way, Optic Gaming, slow playing it over towards A. They've shown a myriad of different strats, and you see Karma is basically waiting to go on the full flank, and nobody's home, so they're bringing the bomb back.
Karma's been isolated a few rounds now. He's tried to send 2 players and just flood him. This round, not going to be similar. Keep your eye on #2, though. And the minimap, Dashi right at the top. 2 players from EUnited just lingering around, and well, Dashi may have just snuck all the way through. Problem for him. Simp's right in front of him. Doesn't matter for Dashi. He finds 1. If he gets 2 here, that's massive shot in the back, though. Elsewhere on the map, Clay shuts down Karma. 4v3, make it a 3v3 as TJ puts numbers back in their favor, or at least equal. Abizi, though, doesn't fancy that. There's 1. Abizi looking for 2. There's the support from Arcides. 2 versus 1. Crims, last man on bomb. The challenge comes through. Prestini finds the pick. EUnited now in the lead.
And just a suffocating round. EUnited. How many times do we see Abizi just shoulder peeking, getting put 1 shot, waits for his teammates to come in support, and the support is right there. Arcides able to pick up the trade and help out with the kill on Crim6. That is as good as you could possibly expect teamwork to be, especially so considering it started out with Dashi finding a kill on the flank.
Right. This round now crucial for Optic Gaming. You do not want to put EUnited at map point. Tie things up. Simp looking to try and be the playmaker now. Timing is going to get pretty good timing. Doesn't get caught out, escapes with his life. Meanwhile, United, it should be good. Bomb goes down at A, still looking for first blood.
I'm interested in what side they planted for. I'm assuming based on the positioning they planted for here, but Crimsix might have gotten great timing. I don't think the United players spot him, so might have one free kill. The question is, how does EUnited react? You got to spread all the way across the map. You got players flanking, looking for Crimsix. Abizi with the Saga up close, able to take him down. 4v3, and now the flank is here. Simp with another kill. 3v2, and the bomb down. On the bomb, though, TJ able to pick up one.
You can just play time. 17 seconds, that's all you need to do here. Dashi and TJ, Simp and Arcades. Simp goes down, 1v2. Arcades finds the first, and with 5 seconds left, lots of players on bomb. Arcades clutches up. EUnited 1 round away from their third map win all year against Optic Gaming and a 2-0 lead.
And how beautiful of a setup is that? Simp doesn't have to flood out tunnels. Arcades is on bomb. He can play for the timing, because even though the gunfight is lost by Simp, there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. Arcades has an easy job after that, because Optic Gaming had no idea where he was. The setup was beautiful. That is 2 separate 2v2s, different sides of the map, different players, different guns, played perfectly.
You asked, does EUnited maybe have some little strats of their own here on Payload, where we're seeing some good post-plant positions, post-plant setups? So I guess the answer to your question was, in fact, yes. 8-6 is Abizi. 11-5 is Simp. Wonderful performance from both of those so far, but you've given yourself a 5-3 lead. It's not done yet, gents. You have to close out this next round.
Optic Gaming just playing the setup. We've seen it a couple times, and well, it worked well against 100 Thieves, but EUnited not taking the bait, and Abizi spots out too. He knows exactly what the strat is going to be, but he's got the Sog just trying to stay alive, and when he feels the pressure, he backs up because he got ICRs watching over him. First Blood's not here yet, but Optic Gaming in a tough spot.
Play has support, but Dash is going to open things up. First Blood onto Abizi, inflies the ICR of Arcades. Doesn't connect with anything, so it's a 2-man advantage for Optic Gaming. Should be 3 relatively soon. Simp drops 4 versus 2. He's in some trouble. Prestini may find the first. How many can he find? Just the one. Now it's Clay. 1v3, 1v2. Clay almost made it interesting, but Karma stops it, shuts him down. Optic survive.
And I'll tell you, that played into EUnited's hands so well. They had the Sog up top waiting for the players to push, but guess who came through? It was Dashi that led that charge. Dashi winning those near impossible gunfights just to open things up. Once that switch flips, Optic Gaming just with that pressure.
Round 10. Another very close search and destroy. There's been a fair amount of them so far. A couple bucks trying to see Optic Gaming over the finish line at map 2, and that's a great start. Karma, first blood. Nade available. Clay has shut down Dashi though, so it does make it a 4v4. Clay may have got a little unfortunate there with the nade coming through, but he escapes with his life. And honestly, if you're EUnited here, gents, you could maybe just try and rotate this out. Look at the complete control they have over B.
If the bomb's not there, it's going to be the flank. Scump, he knows something might be coming, but does he know it's going to be 2? He didn't even spot the timing to the left. Another pick on the way to EUnited, and as soon as they get that bomb, instantly coming back. TJ, though, trying to be the cutoff man. If he plays it quick enough, Placer didn't check it.
This is the play.
The timing is right.
You gotta go. You gotta feel confident. His instinct's kicking in, but he's been sniffed out. Bomb planted. Clay wins the fight. 4v2 to give EUnited a 2-0 lead. Here in the losers bracket final, Crim's gonna get gunned by Clay, and Prestini guns Karma. 1 more map for EUnited, and they'll be in the grand final. I don't know the last time we said that.
EUnited woke up this morning and had a nice English breakfast. They did some jumping jacks, and they are 8 maps in a row. The maps are getting closer, but EUnited is getting clutcher. That map record that Optic had against EUnited is dissipating before our eyes. And EUnited just looking top class.
Top class to say the least. Their performance today has been top tier, that's for sure. As it stands, Optic Gaming on the brink of elimination. for EUnited on the brink of a grand final. One more map is all they need. We'll be back after this.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL. And TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Level up the game.
EUnited looking perfect on Championship Sunday. It's funny because we started the day casting them on Bravo Chance, and what was the thing we said? The video we saw was Clay and Simp, and we've been saying all day, it comes down to how well can Clay keep the young guys composed. He's done a damn good job so far. They're smiling, they're ready. They're one map away from a grand final.
And I mean, look, EUnited, even before the roster change, was an incredibly good team, right? But they made the trade because second place isn't good enough. They're coming for the win, and they are obviously, well, maybe not in the best spot to do it, but they are well on their way again. Perfect on the day, and you can't ask for much more. But at the same time, if any team you'd imagine might be able to bounce back is going to be stagnant, you got some of the greatest players of all time that have been in positions like this before that are incredibly capable of bouncing back. And obviously, well, that's the green wall.
Yeah, and that was your point, right? There's a couple of teams that could maybe reverse sweep. You look at Optic Gaming, you look at 100 Thieves, and you look at EUnited as well. The three teams left, all very capable of doing it. It starts off in control, though. EUnited's controlled this event. How have you kind of ranked them?
Well, I mean, up until Sunday, I'd have said it's solid, but maybe not great. But from what we've seen today, again, they just look to be in tip-top shape. They have just been, again, obliterating the competition. Granted, these past two maps have been quite a bit closer, but that's just because the competition gets more and more difficult as you go through. But at the same time, they've had a consistent edge. this entire game, and it'd be tough to imagine why anything would change unless someone for Optic needs to kick it up. Like, talk about how good Scump and how good TJ have been all weekend long.
Right.
We need Dashy to be back to that MVP form. We need to see just quad feeds in the Tempest in his hands. So you need the MVP to be back and be better than ever. You need the GOAT to do GOAT things. You need everything. Everything to take down this United team.
It sounds crazy, but you're so used to seeing Dashy do that time and time again. And maybe you're right to start a little bit of a comeback. That could be the kickstart. I just heard the start of a Shut Up Maven chant, and Maven just booked it straight backstage. He wanted absolutely none of that. Poor guy. Anyway, back to this one. 2-0, the current lead for United. Do they close it out here, Chance, or we got maybe a little bit of a further to go?
I think, well, okay, so I'm a little bit biased. I kind of want to see a Seaside hardpoint. That's
Yeah,
really
me
all
too.
I want, because the 2 times they've played it, again, a 5-point margin for the first and a 4-point margin for the second. I want to see that fire. I want another moment where it comes down to the wire. Give us a game 5, round 11, 1v1 between one of the Tiny Terrors and TJ, whatever you want. Clay and Krim would be phenomenal. Like, there's so many things that I want from this series. So I'm hoping for the bounce back. But again, if United has anything to say about it, they've essentially been on cruise control.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Their record throughout Championship Sunday has been fantastic. And, you know, as I said, we've kind of been watching them through their journey of today. They've looked absolutely phenomenal. They started off the day against Heretics. And that game was just kind of a statement to really how their Championship Sunday has gone.
And they haven't slowed down. Again, they took it to Envy, got the 3-0, just kind of bowling these teams over. And it's a tough pace to keep up with. And I think if you're looking at anyone from United to pick things up even more, to make things better, if they even can be, is probably Pristini. Is going to be the guy we're looking at it. Because we've seen a lot of life from Arcides in that game number 1. He kicked things off to start earning the streaks, to get that swinging in United's favor. Obviously, the Tiny Terrors have been incredible as well, and Clay has had some great moments. It is the secondary twin that I want to see light the main stage up.
Well, in case you're wondering what the slight delay is, it's funny because you were talking about you want to see Dashy get into kind of Dashy form. Just had word. He's changed his controller, may have had some sort of an issue, just not feeling comfortable with it. But a brand new controller for Dashy, I guess we'll see the effect that has.
I mean, okay, so that's just like setting the statement, right? Like, we want Dashy to pick it up, gets a new controller. So again, maybe some small issue. And well, if he starts picking things up, that could be a game changer, because Seaside is a map where, well, sometimes an ICR are in control, but it is basically the Maddoxes that often reign supreme, rain the fire down, and put up those big numbers. So, you know, if there's anyone else from one side, the Maddox and Pristini, the flip side, it's got to be Dashy.
Definitely does. United 1 map away from a grand final. Can they do it? In terms of map 3, Chance, where are we going?
Going back to Seaside on control, where, well, Optic is happy to make this their home at times. They have quite a few wins. Yeah, Seaside, and then we finish off on Gridlock, but it's also a map that, you know, if we said that the payload would have been an advantage to Optic, but Vicento obviously cooked up quite a few strats. EUnited came with a game plan prepared. You expect the same on Seaside control, because I think at this point, we have seen essentially every single possible opening strat from across the board. So these teams are going to be prepared. They know what to expect. Obviously, the guns are very warm.
Game 3, loading up. We'll stay at Seaside if we go to a game 4. If that's one, the game 5 search is going to be a nail biter. The EUnited fans, they've started to make some noise. But one thing's for sure, Optic Gaming down 2-0. They need London's energy. They've been silenced by EUnited so far. And a statement of a 3-0 could send Optic Gaming home.
Carver was thinking about mid-map aggressively, and the entire team of EUnited was there to meet him. Krim trying to slow him down, but they're able to break through. Simp able to find 2 kills and a bit of pressure over towards Zay. The flank is red, but the gunfight goes away at Dashy. New controller helped them out.
3 straight off the rip for Dashy. Can he find 4? No, he can't. Pristini slows him down. It was an initial push over towards A. Now United target B, but TJ, his turn to fly on in. He's going to decap the first tick. There's still going to be one more player there. Some pressure from Arcides. Simp assists, and again, that first tick at B now should come through.
More standard stuff. Eventually, clearance over towards B is expected for the offensive team to be able to get. So Optic Gaming looking for some kills right now. They don't just want to flood in, but the pressure, obviously, with the nade, gonna force these players back. But Karma on the flank, able to find one, trying to bait himself out for Optic to make their move. And well, the teamwork's here so far. Optic Gaming looks like able to hold on just before the point goes through.
They're not going to get the third tick, but the trades have been great from EUnited so far. The kept the life advantage. Abizi comes through mid-map. He shuts down Scump. The third tick should be good. 2 life advantage. Minute 51 on the clock. Can EUnited cap that A zone? 0 ticks. It's going to start here. Simp with a pick on the TJ. Crim's also going to fall. Dashi finds one. Abizi with one. Scump goes down. This is EUnited's chance.
That's the wipe. Everyone spawning in the back. You know where to look. You got all your bases covered. Abizi's got the right. You got bodies in the hill coming from the front, and Simp is just waiting for these players to come because Checkers won't Clayster's territory. Able to get the beat down, but now the clearance is in. Optic a couple kills. They're able to hold him off just enough, but the problem is they're down by 5 lives.
The damage very much done in that first assault by EUnited. 11-6, the life count. A minute 30 on the clock. Dashi's done wonderfully well to stay alive as he scrambles back. In comes the assistance from Karma. He finds one. That's going to slow down the push, and it's going to put the life deficit back to 3. Dashi teasing with EUnited, dancing with death. The stun pops, and there's 2 there. Dashi looking to just find one. EUnited, they've really committed to a barrel push, and Karma's gonna find the first. Dashi with the second. Optic Gaming may have been down in this round, but they're putting up a hell of a defensive fight.
You gotta imagine Dashi on a 5. He's working with Karma almost perfectly, and he's, well, looking for more score streaks here would be huge, but obviously you need the round win as well. Pressure through barrels, and EUnited pressure all across the map. They're going for the spread up top. Persini gets that first blood.
7v3. And for Dashi now, it could just be about those streaks. He finds Abizi, he gets cut down, and that is that in round 1. EUnited with a massive lead off the rip. It slows down a little bit. Optic Gaming make a little bit of a comeback. But EUnited far too composed to let that round slip in their grasp.
And they made a great call as well. Instead of constantly trying to flood through barrels where Dashi is going on streaks, you need to cut through mid. You need to go through full flanks, and eventually they found a hole where they got a 2v1 gunfight. And as soon as that opens up, you got clearance to move on through. Of course, 1 round is not enough. You need a couple more. But EUnited, again, momentum in their favor. Optic Gaming are desperate at this point just to have anything go their way in the attack. Well, everyone leaning over towards that B side.
Flying straight through, managed to get some shots down, still waiting for the first kill to come through. A lot of damage done. It's going to be Simp with 2. Abizi falls. RC's with the trade. Leaves 1 player of Optic Gaming alive. A team kill, though. Makes it a 1v1. Crim's done well to stay alive. RC's hunting down, and now it's just about buying time for the rest of EUnited to come and help defend B.
And this is huge that Crim stays alive because now you got a 5v2. RCDs needs the help. You got a couple players behind him. The beatdown's gonna help, but not enough ammo for the third. TJ was able to pick up 2, and that's clearance. They're out. The B point, well, 1 tick should be able to go through. EUnited, it looks like they're leaning this direction, but the problem is they don't know where these players from Optic are playing. Dashi's up front, able to find 2, gets cut down for the third, but TJ's there for the trade. Those are a couple lives going the way of Optic Gaming, and the B point, well, may follow as well, but Placer is gonna fight for it.
And EUnited don't want to give it up just yet. 21-17, the life advantage, Optic Gaming. EUnited trying to defend. They're going to be left with just the A zone with about a minute 53 on the clock. Let's send it to an Astro Gaming listening for the EUnited.
Karma and Dashi mid.
I'm flanking.
One barrel,
Dashi dead.
Coming, Tyler. I'm coming, Tyler.
I'm behind me. All right, 2 outer.
Slow down.
Yeah, we're good. Nice. One more. Wait, stay alive.
I
gotta help play.
have
Slow down me. You want me? I got one. Another one. TJ there. TJ might be working on streaks. TJ's in balance.
middle, Dashi dead.
Nice.
Only down 4 guys.
Stay
Only
alive.
down 4. Everyone get a
Enter
kill.
weak. I'm dead. Nice, good shit.
I have mid. I'm looking mid.
11 to 15.
We're gonna go barrels.
One barrels. Yeah, barrels.
Go on top yellow.
Who's on our side? Back left. Our back left door. I'm a double with you, Tyler. Go watch side door.
Yeah, all right. Top yellow.
Push this kid
Yo,
out.
one yellow alley.
Tyler,
Yo,
let's go.
two mid. TJ and Dashi mid.
Is he hearing me?
Let's go.
At the ground.
2 here. 2 there. No, 1 on 2.
I got one.
1 on 2.
Yo, I slam. We can still win this. We still win this.
One was side door, right?
Go top with me. He could be top.
Yo, could be flanking our back base too.
Checkers is open, guys.
All right,
Look at our back.
where's
Tempest, he is Tempest.
Lightning. You know where we're at.
I don't see anything at our back right.
Nothing mid that I see.
Nothing at our back right. Nothing at our back right. I think they're going
Back
P2.
left.
Yeah, they are. They're going P2.
They jumped across. They jumped across. They're in the back. They're in the back.
One front, one
You
shot.
got Dash and Timothy. 2 on back door.
TJ's front.
Yo, Damon in back mid alley. 1 in our cafe. 1 in our cafe.
Dead.
I died.
They wanted Dashi to set things up. Well, he's able to do so. A couple of kills with the Tempest. It's now a 4v5. Streaks may come through. We'll wait and see. Sims decided to use his defensively. 4v4. 19 seconds on the clock. Optic, they've got to touch the hill. Karma opens it up. 12 seconds, one-man advantage, but that's nullified. Karma versus Sim. Karma ring around the rosy, but it's Sim that finds the kill. They're inside the zone. Dashi one shot. Can't afford to leave for much longer. 3 versus 2.
You got 2 bodies inside the hill. Brasini with one. The bait is there, and Glacier with the final kill. Sim has been a god among men on this map. You heard it in the listening. That's Sim's voice saying, guys, we can win this. We can pull this off. Or Abizi's there with him, but he goes on a 7th free, gets some streaks, calls them in, and that is just a huge confidence play because they were in a situation, and that's the type of round that might be a dagger.
It was the perfect counter as well to TJ. He gets streaks. They know he has streaks because he pinged the lightning, so there should be no surprises here. But that is a big confidence boost. Sim still, of course, with a Hellstorm. But EUnited is 2-0 up. They haven't dropped a map all day. This is championship caliber form. TJ's going to invest the Hellstorm straight off the rip. What's he going to find? Nada.
No information from his teammates. There's nobody coming, so at least he maybe calls out them mid, but the Hellstorm not able to get anything, but EUnited feel a little bit turtled in their base. The Hellstorm is going to slow them down.
Optic on the brink of elimination. Let's send it over now to Astro Gaming listening with Optic Game.
2 go on me. 3B. ICR. Yo, you grab the ladder. How many B guys? I'm coming. We're coming.
One shot mid. 2 steps. Big game. 2 steps.
Play your life. Yo, bending. Okay.
Yeah, you should. You're gonna have to.
Trophy now. Don't throw anything.
Streak and we go outer. Oh, you streaked outer?
I streaked their side outer.
One outer. Whoa.
Nice. Yo, I have crash. I'm gonna pop it.
What's in? Bending.
Nice.
Oh, their side bending.
Hellstorm.
I like this.
Mid, dead.
Nice.
I'm gonna save crash.
Oh shit, he got me. He's at gate. Gate. Look,
Gate, one shot play, bro.
Dead.
It could be mid.
Yeah, hold him mid statue. I'm coming down. Oh, top window.
They have a trophy in hill, bro.
Still alive. No, they already used it.
Mid dead.
Slid in, take it.
Pick him out of
Yo,
1
he's
second.
hitting. Yo, 2 in hill.
Our side steps. Yo, our side stairs now.
25 seconds, all that's on the clock. EUnited don't want to give it up. It's a 2-life advantage for Optic Gaming. The zone currently contested, but there's a grab slam. Karma only able to find one. Sim played outside. Can he find the second? No, he can't. Shut down, but the time is ticking.
Only 18 seconds left, and while Brasini knows he needs the teammate support, he's able to find one, but his teammate's not quite there yet. 12 seconds left on the clock. They have a little bit of an opening. Dashi's inside the hill looking for some kills, and they're trying to get this one final push. They're trying to get the timing right. Got to slide through the door, but where can he go? Well, Sim's actually on A, stopping the clock, and Sim's got to win the gunfight. TJ shuts him down on this side. The time is not there. You got to slide in and Optic able to get on the board.
And you can say a massive thank you to Dashi at the end of that round. Stops the EUnited push and wins the round. Karma had to invest the grab slam though. Bear that in mind when we talk about the next round, what utility is available.
And TJ too as well. Huge kill over side A because Simp was the one that was trying to stop the clock to buy his teammates time to actually get in good positions. But the play call was read by Optic, making huge kills when they matter most. And it could not possibly matter any more than it does right now. Optic's still just 1 round away from elimination. They're working on the comeback, and if there's a guy to look at that needs to set things up, Crim6, 5 and 15. He's got some extra help with the health for the next gunfight. And Optic, well, everyone's surging through mid.
How is the opening play gonna flow? It's a double for Simp. Scump and Teach go down. Good first initial defensive stance because there's one more player there. Prestini manages to find Crim, and bear in mind Prestini now with the Tempest. Arcee's getting very close to a vision pulse. Prestini finds the first, can't find the second. Trades will follow. A good defensive stance over towards B, but up to Gaming Cavalry, they'll be there shortly.
Saw Duo trying to keep things at bay. The War Machine hurts somebody, is able to stay alive. TJ though leading this front charge, tagging players up. He's got the Sog should they slide in, and well, EUnited looking for an opening, but the kill feed is just green. Optic are holding on, shutting him down, and they're thinking about maybe sliding in, but TJ's sliding out, able to find two. Abizi finds two of his own, but the progress at B, 2 ticks are gone, the third short to follow.
And Abizi's done well just to keep the life count even if you give up B. You just then look at an even Stevens round. Minute 48 may be left on the clock. EUnited might think about maybe one last contest. No, they're going to concede it. Maybe now just play for those kills. Keeping it close, keeping it even. The bait for the switch comes through. Abizi shuts down Scump as well, and he's 175 away from Streaks. The gunfight mid-map won by Clay. The biggest advantage we've seen all round, +3 to EUnited. A minute 30 on the clock. Clay not slowing down. Can he find one more? Almost. But it's Dashi that slows him down.
And that's the vision pulse from RCDs. EUnited has the information, so Optic has to slow the plays down, and Abizi knew he was coming, 75 away for some streaks. And EUnited still with that 3-life advantage, but he's gonna fall, sprints out into 2 players.
And that's
Optic is happy with it.
It's a little bit of an unnecessary gunfight. Didn't need to take it. One off Streaks could have played that a little slower. 15 to 13, 60 seconds for Optic Gaming to get this cap and stay alive. A messy gunfight with the trades won by EUnited, a 4-life advantage. Optic Gaming, again, on the brink of elimination. Tempest invested by Prestini now. Will he find anything at all?
Only enough time for maybe 1, 2 more pushes, if that. Optic, this is it. This is do or die desperation. They got to deal with RCDs. He takes one with them. Sim waiting for these players to come out mid-map. 26 seconds. The Tempest is still here. Gonna hit the teammate. It might be an opening.
Well, Prestini shooting like that with a Tempest very well could be an opening, but Clay's there to assist. It's 11v5, 15 seconds on the clock. Optic need a borderline miracle, but a couple of kills come through. Abizi with a grab slam. 3 lives left. Karma has to make the play. Abizi shuts him down. 2 more plays for Optic Gaming, and Abizi kills them all. EUnited, again, on Championship Sunday, haven't lost a map. They've booked their ticket into CWL London's grand final.
Ben, you have to talk about the new man on the roster. This is his 2nd LAN tournament ever on a stage like this in the CWL. He won his first, and there were questions. How do you fare? Do you get nervous? Do you get the shakes? This is the biggest stage possible against the biggest team in the world, and he just had an MVP performance. On top of that, everyone for EUnited absolutely on fire. That is an insane series, an insane day thus far for EUnited.
And that's almost 50% of the job done, because one thing's for sure, the crowd here hasn't been too friendly to 100 Thieves. When your team falls, you tend to kind of support the team that beats you. Now I'm curious to see just how much of that crowd is going to convert over to the EUnited side, because a lot of it does. Clay is going to be on a different level. You consider how long it's been since he's been in a grand final, how long it's been since he's won a championship. This is his best chance in a long, long time.
And you gotta say though, what a phenomenal tournament it has been from start to finish. The crowd, obviously amazing. The competition has been stellar. A 3-0 or not, as competitive as you could ask. And just look at these teams, the fans, everything coming to full effect. And well, Ben, we only have one thing left, and that's gonna be the grand finals, the big shebang.
Optic Gaming applauded by the fans, rightfully so. An improvement after the last event. 3rd place finish here in London. But our grand final is set. And what a grand final this could be. I think the crowd's gonna get pretty loud now. I'm excited for this final.
And this is a revenge tour for EUnited as well, to a certain extent. Obviously in the Vegas, the grand finals, well, it was Optic that beat them. And of course this time they get revenge on Optic. But the way it happened is they worked their way through the losers bracket, and then they just lost that first double best of 5 and well, couldn't see the second one. Well, they're gonna have to make up and get revenge for that as well to pull off double best of 5. And well, 100 Thieves, obviously, they're happy to have the extra series.
Stage is set. That's everything from myself and Chance here in London. I'm gonna grab myself a drink, get in the crowd. Grand final's gonna be nutty, that's for sure. But we can send it off now to Jess with a PlayStation instant reaction with EUnited.
Thank you, Ben. You've just sent Optic Gaming home. How do you feel right now?
Right now I'm really happy that we were able to, come here. First 2 days we played bad. Third day we were playing really good. So I'm really happy that we were able to come through and show how good we really are.
You seem to make quick work of Optic with that 3-0. Were there any surprises during that series?
Today's really just a surprise because the last couple of days, we've been playing not up to par with ourselves. We know we've been playing really bad team-wise, and coming into today, we're really confident, knew our mistakes, and we're playing really good right now.
Finally, we were just chatting a little bit. This is the first time you'll be heading to Grand Finals, playing with EUnited here on the main stage. How are you feeling? What do you think of all this?
I'm kind of just speechless right now. First event, we can get the Grand Finals. I knew we could do it, but I'm happy we could do it with all 3 O's on Sunday.
All right, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so much, Jess. And EUnited is going to a grand final, Simp his very first.